Hi, welcome to One Pose. This is Eagle or garudasana. And I'm going to show you some different ways that you might experience Eagle Pose so that you can get the terrific energetic benefits of centering that come with this pose. So I have a chair here, and the first thing I'm going to do is show you a way we can work with the chair a little bit. So if you have a chair at home, you want to try this with me. We're going to sit down on the edge of the chair so that we're sitting up really tall and just the sits bones are on the edge of the chair. We can have the feet flat on the ground. You could also do these standing if you prefer. On your inhale, sweep your arms out to the side. As you exhale, give yourself a hug, and when you hug, notice which arm's on top. You can bring your chin down towards your chest. On your inhale, draw the arms back out again, maybe even bend the elbows to lift the chin and open the chest, and then exhaling, drawing in opposite arm on top, and give a hug. So as we repeat this motion a little bit, inhaling to open, and then exhaling to draw in. Really notice the state of your neck and shoulders and the arms so that when you're making choices today, you can reflect what your body is needing and really honor that. When you inhale, you'll feel the shoulder blades draw together, and that helps open the chest. And when you exhale, the shoulder blades are coming out to the edges of the body, which widens the upper back. So when we take that eagle arm position, that we're widening the shoulder blades out and stretching all across those rotator cuff muscles. It's also the reason we need to be a little bit watchful when we're doing that. So we're exhaling, dropping down. Inhaling, opening up. We're going to take one more hug. And this time when you hug, I'll have you just pause for a moment there. Dropping the chin down as much as it feels good to you. The elbows are down, rounding through the upper back. Maybe give the chin a little shake back and forth. And then inhaling to lift your elbows up, coming up into a centered space. Maybe the elbows are pointing straight forward. Maybe they can keep lifting. You could always grab the elbows here instead of the shoulders. Just noticing taking us a long time, just a little bit of movement on each inhale, drawing the arms up to whatever height they can come to. And we'll take one more inhale, and then as you're exhaling, release the arms down. Inhale, stretch the arms out to the side. And now exhaling, draw the opposite arm on top, and we'll stay in that hug. Drop the elbows down, drop the chin down. Allow the upper back to just round. Maybe the chin moves a little bit from side to side. And we're breathing in to that space in the top of the lungs. And then we'll start to lift the elbows, coming up into a centered space where you feel tall and long through the spine. And then each inhale, the elbows can just come up an inch or two. And again, you might draw so you're just grabbing onto elbows or even onto wrists and just lifting the arms up as much as it feels okay to you. One side might be vastly different than the other, and know that that is okay. We're taking one more breath, lifting the elbows as much as it feels okay. And then as you're exhaling, drawing everything back down, just giving a little shake. I'm going to do one more thing to warm up the shoulders. So bringing the pinkies together, draw the elbows towards one another and make a curtain in front of your face. Now as you inhale, lift your elbows up high. And as you exhale, drop your chin down with the elbows still lifted. On your next inhale, open the arms. And then exhale and drop the arms down. We're just going to do that one more time. So we'll bring the pinky fingers and the elbows together. On your inhale, lift your elbows up. On your exhale, drop your chin down. On your inhale, lift and open. And then exhale, drawing everything back down to the sides of the body. Good. So if you'd like to, as you're here on this, you could stay on this chair. And I'm going to show you for a moment on the chair, and then I'll stand up and do this. So I can take a block right on the outside of my left foot, cross my right foot over, and then step onto that block. Now, if that doesn't feel good on your knees, another option would be to put the block between your knees and just stay in your chair this way. You're going to get this centering action without so much rotation in the knee. So, and then I'll show you if you were standing, I would have that block on the outside of my left foot. I'm going to bend in the knees a little bit, let my hips drop back, and then cross over. And what I'd like to do is squeeze my thighs together. So when I'm coming into this position, my hips are dropping back like a chair pose. And that's going to help me almost stabilize and stay here. So we're just doing eagle legs for the moment so that you can concentrate just on the lower body, pushing into the feet, pulling the belly into the body. Notice you could really let your tailbone lift outward. See if you can keep it in a long line with your spine. I don't have to totally flatten out my low back, but I do want to have a feeling that my belly is really pulling in. Again, the energetic effect we want is centering. We want everything to draw inward. Squeeze the thighs together. And then as you're inhaling, release the legs. And if you're sitting on your chair, you can just uncross the legs and then shift to the opposite side. So the block is on the outside of the right foot, and I could cross over and touch down onto the block that way. I could do this on my feet too. And we're just feeling into this leg position and seeing if it's different for you on one side or the other. I like to step my foot on the block rather than wrap my foot all the way around my calf muscle because I feel really sturdy this way. But no, you could always do that option if you like to. Noticing the belly really pulling in. Are you actually pushing that right leg up against that left thigh? We want this action of centering to be really strong and active here. And then inhaling, standing tall on both legs, and just give a little shake. You might notice some more circulation moving through the legs. So just like we did the legs separate from the arms, we're going to do the arms separate for a moment. So you could be sitting in your chair or standing. Bring the arms out to the side, and then wrap the left elbow underneath the right and come back into your hug position. Lift the elbows, and know this would be a great place to stay to modify if we don't want to overdo anything on these rotator cuff muscles. If it works for you, you can bring the hands up and interlace so that we are trying to press those left fingers into the right palm. The more you lift the elbows, the more it's going to stretch the rotator cuff muscles. The more you pull your hands away from your head, the more you'll get a stretch. So bringing everything down and in will be less intense of a stretch. Noticing the head position, make sure you're pushing back through the head. And then inhaling as you exhale, drop the arms down. Inhale, stretch the arms out to the side. And exhale, bring them back down. Just notice circulation. Notice what's flowing, what's moving. We'll bring the arms out. And then exhaling this time. Now the right elbow comes underneath. We're going to wrap up and find our hug. You could lift the elbows and stay right there, or you could wrap the arms up any amount and just play with what's it like if I lift my elbows, what's it like if I take my hands away from my head, and do I need both those things, or is it better to just keep things a little more centered? We have that feeling again of the arms really pressing against each other, and as you're inhaling, unwrap, exhaling down, inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, and then exhaling to come down. So all that preparation is for us to be able to do our eagle pose here. We're going to do it for 5 breaths on each side. So if you want to take it on the chair, any variations that we've just talked through, feel free to do that. We're going to set up so that we can stand on the left leg. And if you're crossing the leg over, the right leg would be over the top. Sweep the arms out to the side, and then the right elbow comes underneath. And then find whatever eagle position is right for you there. And as you're staying, notice your breath. Really fill the upper back. And feel the belly pull into the spine as you're exhaling. Squeeze the thighs and the arms together. And just imagine as though you're wrapping all the ribbons around a maypole, spiraling all your energy right around the spinal column. Take one more breath. And when you inhale, plant your right foot on the ground, lift your arms high. Exhale out your mouth and drop your arms. Just pause for a moment so you can notice the circulation in the legs and the arms. Yeah, and then we'll take the last side for your eagle pose. We're standing on the right foot, crossing the left leg over, or you could have the block between your knees for chair if that's better. Take the left elbow underneath now. We can come into that hug. You could come up. And what's I think is kind of amazing about eagle is that this concentrated central energy that we draw in, I can't really have a drishti, a focal point with my eyes like I can in other poses. My arms are sort of blocking my vision, but I can pull everything in so strongly. Next time you inhale, lift tall. Exhaling, release the arms down. Thanks for sharing eagle pose with me. I hope that makes your practice fun and accessible.